Welcome to the Miscellaneous Podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and today I'm by myself yet again. This is going to be part 3 of the podcast series that me and Angelo are doing. We haven't been able to. We did the podcast together a while ago. Me and him recorded a podcast. I have no idea how that's going to schedule out. I don't know if I already put it on YouTube or not. So when this comes out, it's just a matter of guessing. Well, yeah, and if this video comes out before the other one, then yeah, it's gonna be a spoiler. Me and him record one, but we are doing a series of like projects in the world, or like problems in the world, and we're doing a project on it. So this will probably be number 2 or 3 on my series, and Angela will have his on the channel very soon. So we've been recording. This is our recording studio. It's very boring. I wish we could have decorations here, but we can't have any decorations, unfortunately. But we are, we're doing our best with what we got, and I'm not complaining. This is by far have been one of the funnest projects yet, because I love recording podcasts. I don't know about my other hosts. They're very lazy. ROTC kids, am I right? Okay. So yeah, I want to talk about, my project. This video is going to be more about the solution than it is. This video was originally going to be planned to be after the interview, but what I might do is make this video and then put the interview in between this one and the first one, so it's more chronologically sound, but this video is recorded before the interview. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about the solution to my problem. If you are watching this video without having to watch my first video, my project is about the problem in the world of kids not being able to be taught music and music theory. They don't have any musical education, and music helps kids express their feelings, and that's a big problem the way I see it, and people don't take that problem very seriously. Schools have been cutting funding for classes, and they're not teaching music theory to kids. They'll teach kids how to play guitar and ukulele, but they're going to teach them very simple songs and, how to pluck strings. When I learned violin in elementary school, they didn't give me a bow or anything, and they taught me how to play one song, and they expected, that I'm a master at the violin now. And I feel like that's horrible musical education, but it's not the teacher's fault. They're teaching with what they've got. It's the school's lack of funding and, lack of support for the musical education, the music, like the idea of teaching music, and it's very sad to see. I've been blessed to be taught by music, and these kids, they aspire to be, rappers, SoundCloud artists, making music for the world, and I think that's very, very cool, but they don't have the resources that they could have to make music. And my solution to that is help donate money so we can help, or donate money to your school, or, make signs and hang them around your neighborhood and donate money so that way schools can help fund, the music, help fund, musical classes, help fund music theory, help fund so they can buy more instruments to teach more kids about music. That's pretty much my solution. And the website that I will be linking will have all the information to donate money, or, what the best plan of action to do it, and many resources. And I will be having that interview very soon with 88 Rising. From the reason we haven't gotten it done before this video is because Coachella is going on. Coachella is a very big thing, and they have many artists, performing over there. I wish I could be able to go see Coachella, but I'm a kid. But Coachella looks awesome. I believe they have Joji over there, which sounds awesome. I've always wanted to see Joji live. I remember watching his highlights of his live performance for Nectar, and that was very awesome to see. They had like an actual piano up on stage, and he would sing. I think it's very cool. So I can't wait to do an interview with 88 Rising. Have many exciting questions that we can dive into, and we can really pick the brain of 88 Rising. I believe, I can't exactly remember who I contacted, but I'm very, very, very excited to go see, or to interview anyone at 88 Rising. But yeah, let's talk more about the solution. I think because schools have really cut funding down, they're funding more sports now, and the problem with sports is that your brain is suffering many head injuries, body injuries, so your body isn't, really developing. And that's a big problem with sports at a young age, is that you're just taking blows to the head, and your brain isn't developing, and eventually, your brain has the equivalence of a potato in terms of brain cells. And like that, we can't learn music. But schools continue to fund this because they think that is the way to gain publicity. When you can have some of the greatest artists alive who came from your school and, really help out your school. I've seen many great artists in our time, donate money to their elementary school, middle school, high school. They're, praising their music teachers for teaching them they are. Or, if they're a bad music teacher, they say, hey, that teacher didn't teach me anything, but they inspired me to learn on my own. Even to that point, that's pretty crazy. But the school system still refuses to do it. But the school system, really refuses to change a lot of things. I saw a documentary that the actual layout of a school classroom hasn't changed in over like 100 years. Still have all those desks arranged in rows and corners to get rid of variety. We're all the same. We're all a bunch of factory workers, and that's why they really cut, music funding, is because they don't want you to, be creative. They want you to work the 9 to 5 job, make a lot of money, and Jimmy O Yang, if you know him, he's the comedian. He once told a story at a stand-up comedy special. I think it was his Amazon one. He told one where he told his dad, "Hey, I don't want to become a doctor. I want to do stand-up comedy," and his dad just said no, and Jimmy asked why. And his dad says, because you want to make money. And Jimmy says, I don't want to make money doing something I'm happy. And his dad says, no, we make money doing things we hate so we can do things we love. And I feel like that's a bad way to go. You can always make music doing something you love. You can always do something. Music, I love doing music, and I hopefully in the future I get to make a career out of that. But if not, then I will do something else that I also love. It doesn't require me to do something I hate. I could not imagine myself sitting at a desk taking calls all day long, and it's sad to see that people give up their dreams because they don't have the option to do it as a kid. My mom always told me that she was in band when she still lived in Central America, but the problem is that they didn't have a lot of instruments to fund it. So and then she also broke her leg, so she couldn't be in band anymore. But it's really unfortunate. But we need to bring back funding to schools. Donate any money you have to your local school and say bring musical education back in the system. I want to learn music. I've been planning to start my own after school club on music theory and musical literacy, because writing lyrics for a song isn't just slapping two words together. It's a lot more than meets the eye. One of the greatest rock bands of all time is Nirvana. And although their music sounded happy and cheery and their songs just sound like random words, their lyrics have such a deeper meaning behind the words that we just see. If you've ever listened to the song Polly, I won't go into detail what it is, but it's a very tragic story about a girl who got kidnapped. And if you want to go look it up, there's a great video of a guy who dived very deep into the lyrics, and the lyrics are based on a true story, or like not very parody, but just a retelling of the story. And it's very cool. See, there's so much to writing. There's so much to writing music than we just think. It's not just playing notes on an instrument and just singing whatever you want. Music helps us convey our emotions. They tell a story without any visuals. And music videos, they tell a narrative beyond the music. Like you can have a heartbreak story, but the music video can take place in like a drag race, where you're on the streets racing, and it still be a great story. It tells so much it tell more than what we're just listening to, and we should really teach that. We shouldn't just teach kids, hey, music is music, you play it, you're a rock star. No, there has to be more to it. Schools aren't teaching that, and it's very upsetting. But we all should contribute. And I'm not saying music is for everyone. There are certain people who they don't have the coordination to play an instrument, or they can't really sing that well. Like I can't sing at all. But people should still help. It may not be your dream, but it's dreams of others. And we should all support each other. It's not individuality, it's a community. We are a community, and we should be helping each other achieve our dreams. And that's really my perspective on the story. And I believe that's a great thing to do. So it appears to be time to wrap up. So thank you for listening to the podcast. I've been your host, Lucas, and hopefully I will get to record another video with Angelo. And be sure to check out the exclusive interview with 88 Rising. about, the music industry and young artists such as Rich Brian, Joji, and Keith Ape. So, yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. I've been your host, Lucas, and see ya.